So, let's start. Number 7. The hidden lithium gold mine. Think back to around 2015. You probably had a laptop that you absolutely loved until the battery started acting up. One day it was a portable powerhouse, and the next, it wouldn't even stay on long enough for you to finish a YouTube video without being plugged into the wall. You likely saw the $100 price tag for an OEM replacement, decided it wasn't worth it, and tossed the whole battery pack or the entire laptop into a recycling bin at Best Buy. Well, while you were walking away, professional repairers and Powerwall enthusiasts were practically salivating. See, a laptop battery isn't just one big chemical brick, it's a plastic shell housing a pack of 6 to 9 individual 18650 lithium-ion cells. This is the exact same high-grade tech that powered the early Tesla Model S and almost every professional power tool on the market. The scam lies in the battery management system, or BMS. This internal computer monitors the voltage of every cell like a paranoid hawk. If just one single cell out of 9 drops below a certain voltage, maybe because the laptop sat in a drawer for too long, the software triggers a permanent kill switch. It bricks the entire pack for safety, telling your laptop the battery is dead. In reality, you're trashing a $100 component when 85% of it is perfectly healthy. Repairers crack these packs open like crab legs, toss the one bad egg, and harvest the remaining cells for free. These salvaged cells are worth about $8 a pop on the secondary market. People are literally building massive home energy storage systems capable of powering an entire off-grid cabin using nothing but dead laptop batteries that people like you threw away. The software lied to your face to make you buy a new MacBook, and you handed the gold mine right to the guys who knew better. Number 6. The microwave power plant. We've all seen it. A heavy, slightly greasy microwave sitting lonely on the curb on trash day. Maybe the button stopped working, or maybe it just stopped heating up your leftover pizza. Most people view a broken microwave as a bulky nuisance, a literal dead weight that's a pain to haul to the dump. In the modern American economy, microwaves are sold at such razor-thin margins that they've become disposable tech. If it breaks, you just buy a new one for $60 at Target. But to a hardcore DIYer or a specialized repair shop, that microwave is a curbside treasure chest. Inside that boring white plastic shell sits a massive, 10-pound block of laminated steel and copper called an MOT, or microwave oven transformer. This thing is the Hulk of the transformer world. It's designed to take standard wall power and crank it up to a terrifying 2,000 volts to power the magnetron. However, with about 20 minutes of work, a repairer can rewire this beast. By cutting out the secondary coil and replacing it with a thick welding cable, they transform that $50 kitchen appliance into a professional-grade industrial spot welder. We're talking about a tool that can put out over 500 amps, enough raw current to fuse sheets of steel together in a fraction of a second. Your broken popcorn machine is secretly a high-powered metalworking rig wearing a cheap plastic suit. People use these salvaged MOTs to build everything from wood-burning Lichtenberg machines to heavy-duty battery chargers. Just a word of warning for the curious. Microwaves house high-voltage capacitors that can hold a lethal charge for weeks after being unplugged. They are literally booby-trapped with enough electricity to stop your heart, which is why the pros love them, and why you should definitely learn how to drain the kill switch before you go treasure hunting. Number 5. The slightly blind display. Right now, there are millions of high-end 4K smart TVs sitting in junk piles across America, waiting for a date with an industrial shredder. Most of them were thrown out for the exact same reason, the black screen of death. You're watching the big game, and suddenly, the screen goes dark. You can still hear the announcer's voice, and you can still hear the sound effects when you press buttons on the remote, but there's no picture. You call a technician, they tell you, the panel is shot, and you decide it's cheaper to just buy a new 70-inch screen on Black Friday. But here's the weird part. 99% of the time, that $1,000 display is perfectly functional. It's just blind. If you take a high-powered flashlight and hold it directly against the glass while the TV is on, you'll likely see a very faint image of whatever is playing. That proves the LCD panel, the most expensive part of the TV, is working perfectly. The real problem is a $10 strip of LED backlights that sit behind the screen. It's the same series circuit tragedy we saw with the light bulbs. One tiny LED burns out, and the whole backlight system shuts down, leaving you with a dark screen. Manufacturers often refuse to sell individual backlight strips to consumers, intentionally making the units non-serviceable to force a replacement. This is where the local repair shop makes their easiest money. They buy your broken TV for $20 or find it on the curb, spend 30 minutes swapping out a $10 LED strip, and then sell the TV back to the secondary market for $400. You essentially trashed a cinematic masterpiece and $1,000 of technology just because a light bulb the size of a grain of rice decided to quit. Number 4. The accidental power plant. Most people think of a broken washing machine as the ultimate household nightmare. It's heavy, it's leaking water, and it's going to cost $300 just to get a guy in a van to look at it. When a modern LG or Samsung front loader dies, it's usually because the plastic outer tub cracked or the motherboard got fried by a power surge. At that point, the machine is essentially a 300-pound paperweight, taking up space in your laundry room. But if you look at the back of that machine, you'll find a curbside goldmine. Modern washers use what's called a direct drive system. Instead of using old-school belts and pulleys that wear out and snap, they use a massive brushless DC motor mounted directly to the drum. This motor is a giant, beautiful ring of high-grade copper coils and powerful neodymium magnets. These motors are so over-engineered that they are almost impossible to kill. While the rest of the washing machine is falling apart, the motor is often still in showroom condition. Repairers and green energy enthusiasts hunt for these specific direct drive models because they are the perfect foundation for DIY wind turbines and hydroelectric generators. Because they are designed to spin a heavy, wet load of laundry at high speeds, they are incredibly efficient at generating electricity when spun by a breeze or a flowing stream. People are literally powering off-grid cabins and charging massive battery banks using nothing but a salvaged motor from a washer that someone threw out because the door latch broke. Your broken laundry machine isn't scrap metal. It's a high-efficiency power plant that's just waiting for someone with a wrench to give it a second life. Number 3. The eternal battery module. We've all heard the horror stories about electric vehicle batteries. People think that once a Tesla battery dies, the car is basically a giant, expensive brick that's destined for a landfill. Insurance companies aren't helping the perception either. They are notorious for totaling brand new EVs after minor fender benders because they are terrified of the liability of a dented battery pack. But here's the secret that's fueling a massive secondary industry. An EV battery is considered dead for a car when its capacity drops to around 70 or 80%. At that level, it can no longer provide the massive, instantaneous bursts of current needed to launch a 2-ton car onto a highway. But for a stationary house, that battery is basically brand new. While the original owner gets a payout and the totaled car gets towed to a salvage yard, professional repurposers are waiting in the wings. They harvest the individual battery modules, which look like sleek, high-tech metal bricks, and wire them together to build custom home energy storage systems. A single Tesla Model S battery pack contains enough spent energy to power a standard American home for nearly a week. People are building DIY Powerwalls for a fraction of the cost of buying one from a retail store. It turns out, a car battery that is too weak to drive 300 miles is still more than strong enough to keep your fridge running, your lights on, and your AC blasting during a summer blackout. It's not trash. It's just a high-tech power plant that's taking a permanent vacation in someone's garage. Number 2. The heavy glass Holy Grail. For the last 20 years, the boxy, 80-pound cathode ray tube, or CRT TV, has been the undisputed king of the American landfill. They are heavy, they contain lead, and you usually have to pay a recycling center $20 just to take one off your hands. Most people view them as an ancient relic of a time before Netflix, back when you had to get up to change the channel. But while you're struggling to drag your grandma's old Sony Trinitron to the curb, a secret underground of retro gamers and arcade repair shops are desperately trying to intercept you. See, these screens haven't been manufactured since the mid-2000s, and they possess a technical secret that modern 4K OLED screens still can't touch: zero input lag. When you press a button on a modern TV, there is a tiny, millisecond delay while the computer processes the image. For most people, it's invisible. But for a professional Super Smash Bros. Player, or someone trying to beat a world record in Super Mario Bros., that delay is a death sentence. Furthermore, classic light gun games like Duck Hunt literally do not work on modern TVs. They require the specific timing of a CRT's electron beam. Repairers are now scouring dumpsters for boring, old office monitors and TV sets just to harvest the tubes inside. They transplant these junk screens into high-end arcade cabinets and pro-gaming setups that sell for thousands of dollars. What you call toxic e-waste, a speedrunner calls the ultimate holy grail. It's the vintage vinyl of the tech world, and once the last of these tubes is crushed in a landfill, that's it. They're gone forever. Number 1. The $500,000 Paperweight. This sounds like a plot from a dystopian sci-fi movie, but in rural America, it's a daily reality. You can spend $500,000 on a brand new, high-tech tractor and still not actually own it. Welcome to the era of software as a service, the ultimate nightmare for the right-to-repair movement, and the primary reason why farmers are trashing perfectly good control boards and turning to Ukrainian hackers for help. Modern tractors from companies like John Deere are basically rolling supercomputers. They are packed with sensors that monitor everything from soil moisture to GPS coordinates. But there's a catch. If a tiny $5 sensor fails, the tractor's computer enters a limp mode or locks up entirely. On an old-school tractor, a farmer could fix that with a wrench in 10 minutes. On a modern one, you need a proprietary digital handshake to tell the computer the part has been replaced. The manufacturer refuses to sell this diagnostic software to the farmers, forcing them to wait days or weeks for a certified technician to drive out to the farm, plug in a laptop, and charge $5,000 for a 5-minute software reset. It's reached a point where frustrated farmers are trashing or auctioning off locked-out circuit boards because they are officially unserviceable. These trash boards are being snatched up by independent repairers who use hacked firmware, often sourced from Eastern Europe, to jailbreak the tractor and bypass the manufacturer's locks. It's a high-stakes battle between corporate giants and the people who grow our food. It turns out, you didn't actually buy that $500,000 machine. You're just renting it until the software decides your subscription to working equipment has expired. Thank you for watching and sticking till the end. We've got plenty more videos coming in the future. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss them. See you.